back to the We Dem Boys podcast, episode 2. We cannot thank y'all for tuning back in to our show again. We had a great time doing it last time. We're excited to be back with you. Before we get into it, want to thank a couple people. First off, Mike's staff helped us make the little graphic you see at the beginning of the podcast on our social media pages. Want to thank him for that. And also Pat Bucket Giver Richardson. We all know him, all love him, behind the scenes doing the producing, doing all the stuff with the terminology none of us understand. So I want to give them a shout out. And before we get into it, also want to encourage our fans, give us some feedback, give us some suggestions. We want to talk about the things that you want to hear us talk about. So just wanted to start off with that. Fellas, how we doing?
Doing good, man. I'm like a fat chick at prom. I'm happy to be here, brother, you know?
There we go.
That's a great start. Great start.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anybody been watching the Olympics at all?
No.
I know that Jason Tatum didn't play at all the first game with the men's team. That was pretty funny because I'm still like a Celtics hater. So that's all I know about the Olympics.
Just hates him.
That's really
the opening celebrations were pretty controversial, as one would say.
Yeah, pretty suspect.
So that's a whole thing.
The Olympics has fallen off, I feel like, so much. And it's like, I remember 2008 being in grade school, how sick the Beijing Olympics was. And now I feel like, it's difficult because we'd always, I feel like, watch it on local TV. Now local TV ain't a thing. So you got to, like, Peacock's got it or whatever. It's just a pain.
Dude, I think the U.S. has already won. Oh, go ahead.
Like, they let you know who wins beforehand. You know how, like, in the old Olympics, like, obviously they're hours ahead of us. And so we wouldn't be able to see it till in the evening time. And then we couldn't see, like, who won. Like, it was like a surprise. Like, now you can go on NBC right now and find out who won all the events before they even air. Like, it's stupid.
No, I will say, what's one of y'all's, like, sports that you do enjoy watching? Like, one of the bizarre ones. Like, for me,
handball.
Handball. I was gonna.
I'm telling you one thing right now. I saw a thing on Twitter where it's like, if I truly believe I can get 8 of my friends and create an Olympic team and win a gold medal, dude. I promise.
And in handball.
And handball. 100%.
Oh, dude, can I say a handball story real quick from high school?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, so this was sophomore, junior year, something like that. We get these German exchange students that come to Q&D, all right? And this one big dude's like, he comes to PE one day, you know, Coach Longo's PE, whatever his first name was. Anyways, he's going to teach us how to play handball. And this kid's like, I'm a handball all Germany or whatever they believe in and stuff. He said he was like the cat's meow. So he teaches us handball real quick. And he's like, all right, like I want to get like USA versus German kids. 2 minutes into the game, a kid who I'm not going to say his name, awesome dude that was in my class in high school, just runs this kid into the bleachers and he like breaks his back or something. And he has to lay on the floor for like the next 3 days. He's just messed up. And the USA dominated, dude. They dominated. It was awesome.
One thing I was watching, so there's this chick on the USA team for rugby.
She's sick.
I don't know if you saw, this girl's like the size of Big John, and she's just out here running.
What's that supposed to mean?
Ilian Mayer or something like that? Eon Mayer?
I don't know. It was on ESPN.
Mayer?
I was watching.
She's built like a brick shithouse, dude. She's huge.
Unbelievable. She just rocked. I think USA lost by like 10, but who cares? You should get.
No, they didn't. They just won.
In rugby, the girls?
Yeah, I just watched it, dude. She ran somebody over.
That's awesome.
Okay, but on a real note, water polo. I think that's so fun to watch.
I was gonna say water.
Like, I can barely tread water for 5 minutes, let alone be sitting there passing the ball back and forth and
So with me, like I appreciate all the swimmers and like how hard they work. Like I couldn't do it. Like I don't want to discredit what they do because that's tough. But
you're about to discredit them.
I do. No, I'm not going to discredit them.
There was a button there. You said, I respect them.
But I don't enjoy watching people swim laps. I know what they're doing is talent. I really do.
John knows all about that.
They're treading water.
We'll get to that.
Ball as fast as they can. Yeah, we will get to that. They're throwing this ball as hard as they can at the goal, treading water. I agree with Meg. I like watching the water polo. The one I watched the other day that was on, actually it was this morning, is the surfing can be kind of good too, especially with, it seems like every outdoor sport at the Olympics going on in Paris, it's pouring down rain anytime I turn something on. Like I was watching, my grandma and I were watching the cycling and we saw this person just eat it and pouring down rain on the bicycle. The bike flipped over, and then they hopped right back on the bike and started going again.
But he
So,
didn't have the right tires on, Troy.
no,
Did
yes.
you guys see the video of like the Taiwanese diver who just absolutely like so he was doing his dive routine just bang. I was like, oh, that's the best. That's
It was
highlight
like
of Olympics.
on Twitter, it was like when you've had a little bit too much to drink and you're at the pool and you do just an awful just dive off the diving board.
Oh man, that was good stuff.
I mean, I like
hilarious.
watching the basketball. Obviously, is good because you got, and especially with how better the world has gotten over the years. Because like I remember, it used to be like I think it was called like the Redeem Team. I think it was like 08 is when it would have been.
Yeah, Beijing, man.
Yeah, like USA just dominated everybody, and those dudes weren't even trying. Like
Except Spain, Troy. What I
Yeah,
say last
that's
episode.
true.
Spain.
I think USA wins gold, obviously, but let's call it what it is. Like those guys have to play for real. If they don't play,
Here's the thing, though, right? Like they played Serbia the other day, and Jokic is arguably really the only. You don't have a full stacked 5 in and 5 out like the U.S. does.
No.
They've got unreal depth. They aren't even playing Tatum. So a team like Serbia, they got Jokic, but if Jokic and them beat them, it's a joke. Like they don't really have anybody else on that team other than him.
I mean, they're
The only
missing Victor
team-
Kovacevic.
Yeah, whoever that is.
Over my head.
The only team that could like compete with the U.S. is if somehow like World War II style Europe just all banded together and we're like we're gonna go take them down. And even then,
Yeah.
I will say, hey, don't sleep on Canada though. Canada's got a whole team of NBA guys. I promise you, if Team USA does not show up to play, Canada can win.
But dude, you're sleeping on France and Germany though too. Like they look good, dude.
France has Wembanyama and Gobert out there. They're both.
They look
solid.
really
Dude, France is also I think living in Joel Embiid's head rent free because they offered him like citizenship to play there. They'd have like the freaking Mount Rushmore. They have the Monstars over there. If he played for them and he chose to play for the U.S., and
Embiid,
they hate him. He played
Embiid
terrible too.
terrible.
He was like,
And dude is
Oh.
dude is trash.
and like not to be that guy, but a dude that struggles to answer interview questions. You know, he's out here acting like he's Mr. America. I don't know why they put him on the team. I wouldn't have took him. I really wouldn't.
Embiid?
Who are you going to take in his place?
Yeah, who are you gonna put in his place
Just
though?
play Bam and AD and play all their like the fact that Jason Tatum isn't playing is in a game is ridiculous. And the
Okay, it's one game though, Troy. Like
yeah, but the argument from Kerr was, well, it wasn't a good matchup. He just won a title, so he matched up better than any of the 29 other teams in the NBA. So
bro, but like who
I
are you gonna sub out to put Tatum
Derek
in? Like
White.
KD started the game 8 for 8.
Derek
yeah,
White,
you can't take him out.
Derek White
I
didn't
mean-
even play. There wasn't even an all-star player.
They need somebody to go out there and play some defense.
Yeah.
I mean, like
That's me right there.
you got to play
Yeah.
Jason Tatum. You got to. I don't know how you got to do. Devin Booker isn't guarding anybody. Yeah, he hits a shot occasionally, but there's
Is
no.
Matthew Dellavedova playing for Australia?
I think he's.
No.
I think he's.
No, he's sitting the bench. No.
Damn it.
Meanwhile, I don't know if y'all saw the Team USA women just destroyed Japan today.
Well, yeah, because Japan they're like 5 foot and under, Troy.
Yeah, and Team USA
No,
has a man on
seriously,
the
like,
team. I mean,
there's-
it's you know.
Okay. Dude, like, you got to think about it though. Like, if you look at like the United States women's team versus like, there's no females overseas that have anybody over like 5'5".
Yeah.
There's just none. It's insane.
What I know this is a common trend. We upset Caitlin Clark isn't on the team. Don't really care.
Okay, here's my thing: is I think she's good enough to be on the team, but I think she has to earn her keep a little bit. What I mean,
I
and by
agree.
what, it like that's the thing, dude. It's all like a pecking order, I guess. Like she has to be able to like get 1 year into the league, all that stuff. The next Olympics, dude, she's gonna be on the team.
And I
guaranteed.
think
If they were selecting like now, I think she probably would have made it. She's been killing it lately in the WNBA
Yeah.
this last stretch. But like early in the season, like she was kind of struggling. She had a little transition period.
And dude, she hasn't had any time off.
No,
like think
that's
about
what I
that.
was- like
Insane.
a break for her is good. And like my
Incredible.
thing, like Diana Taurasi's obviously older. This is her last Olympics. Like Brianna Stewart's not getting any older or not any younger, excuse me. So like she's just gonna wave in here in the next couple of years. I mean, I don't think it's as big of a deal. I get it. I mean, she's good. She's fun to watch. Like, yeah, the jersey sales and the attention probably goes up if she's on the team. But I agree. I mean, you look at a guy like Cooper Flagg that's at Duke that's coming in. He's the hottest trend right now, but we're not going to put him on the Olympic team right now. I agree with Tanner on that.
But think about 2028. I mean, our women's Olympic team is probably going to be headlined by Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and then who's the chick that's at USC right now that's going to be like the truth?
Juju Watkins.
Juju Watkins. And Sabrina will still be there. She's young. Brianna Stewart will probably still be playing.
Yeah.
Aja, she's raw, dude. Like she's dropping like settle 40 points a night.
Does the girl from South Carolina play for like Brazil? What's her name?
You're talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
Cardoso.
Yes.
Cardoso, yeah, she's foreign. She's huge.
Not sure if she is or not. Well, and they got Onescu too. Like people forget until Caitlin Clark came, Onescu was the hottest thing.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about her.
Well, now I feel like nobody even talks about her, and she's just nonchalant, hitting 7 threes a game, averaging like 20 points per game in the league. So,
dude, listen, Troy. At the end of the day, I want to see Brittany Griner just dunk on somebody. That's what we're all watching for. That's what I watched for. I want to see her just absolutely go up and just put it down on somebody.
Well, if today was any indication, the women are going to have a lot of blowouts, so she might have a chance in one of these games.
So. Talking about BG makes me think of when she was talking about how she could beat Boogie Cousins in one-on-one.
Oh yeah, to get out of.
I just saw that video the other day.
Gino Auriemma was like, "I'm gonna go to the bank and take out my mortgage and put it on DeMarcus Cousins," and I was like, "Yeah, obviously."
He's gonna wash up DeMarcus Cousins playing in Puerto Rico or wherever he is now, still beating her.
DeMarcus Cousins with the senses of Helen Keller is probably gonna beat her. I mean, he's huge.
I feel like Stuck's gonna end up matching up against DeMarcus Cousins at some point in the next couple.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hey,
you're not catching me playing in Puerto Rico ever. Great league.
Would that be?
That's a baby giraffe versus a rhino.
Would that be the best player you've ever won against, Tanner? If that did happen.
No, Michael Porter, dude. Michael Porter, Trae Young, one of those two.
I remember when he came to the pit. Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh boy, that was fantastic.
Michael Porter did come play against our high school, and I wasn't on varsity yet. Johnny, I think, was in 8th grade. Mac, I think, was waving a towel somewhere around there. And Tanner,
I got the courtesy put in with like 2 minutes left when we were down like 40. And I
remember the Show Me State games, man. Mac, remember when we played in the Show Me State games? We had this 8th grader that played with Mac and I in the Show Me games named Isaiah Mosley. Mizzou fans will remember him. Played at Missouri State. I think he's with the Bucks G League team now. But
he played with you guys for what?
Yeah, so my cousin, give him a shout out. Tim Ward is at Austin P right now as an assistant coach. Show him some love. But we did an extra player for the Show Me games. Mac and I were going into our sophomore year of high school with a couple of guys from both of the 2 high schools here in Quincy, and we needed an extra guy. So my cousin's like, "Hey, there's this really good 8th grader that could play with y'all. He's already 6'6", and we're like, oh, sure. And so this dude comes in. He was already like 6'7". He going into his freshman year of high school, and shoot, he hopped right in with us. And guys, I'm telling you, like, he put on a show. We were stunned. Like, we showed up, and it was in Columbia. So like Michael Porter, Trae Young, all these guys show up to the championship game, and you got this top like 5-star recruit and a bunch of kids from Quincy. We ended up winning gold at the Show Me State game. So that's probably one of the best players I've ever played against. Because I mean, that kid could play. He was good in Mizzou. Like I said, he's with the G League now. He was definitely a good guy that we played up against.
The last time I played in the Show Me State games was a few years ago, and Charles Collier just got absolutely hammered on by some dude from St. Louis, and I still have the video. Might have to throw it in here, Troy. It's a classic.
Hey, the Show Me games is a big deal still, though. People love that. For those that don't know,
yeah,
like
it's literally a pro AM. Like a bunch of pros just go play in it.
Well, and it's the thing that people don't even realize. It's a whole Olympic thing in Columbia. Like we're talking about handball and rowing and all these Olympic sports. They do that at the Show Me State games. Like it's a whole Olympic style.
We gotta get a handball team, boys.
We done boys handball team in the Show Me State games. What are we doing?
Wait, Troy. You said they
who is scoring on Tanner?
I haven't looked at it recently, but I know they do like a full Olympic style thing all summer. They do all these events like handball, the equestrian, rugby, field hockey, all that stuff they do in the regular
field hockey
in the Show Me State games.
Troy, I feel like if we had the handball team, we're taking it home automatically, dude.
Once everyone's retired, done at being athletes, and there's no risks of serious injuries for sports, we found our calling.
We could do the 4x4 like a swim relay. We could try that one out. See how
Didn't you
The
just
what?
say that you were that's not fun to watch, Troy?
Troy, you don't
I
even know how to
do it.
swim,
It'd
do
be-
you?
it'd be
Hey, I was
great
gonna say I
for,
thought
you
Troy
know-
couldn't swim.
No, I can swim.
can't
I
ride a
know
bike.
that. I can swim. I can swim. I can swim.
Hey, Troy,
Yeah.
tell the world about the story when you learned to ride a bike.
Yeah, this is a good one. So I was not a bike rider growing up. I just wasn't. I had no interest in riding a bike. I was a razor scooter guy. You know, I was a skater boy, if you will. Even
There's
though
no way. I don't believe that for a second.
it was a scooter anyway, it wasn't really skates. But yeah, so I grew up on that. Used to ride the town on my scooter, and you know, I'd ride at the school. I, you know, do all that. But then when but then got to high school, and all the guys on the team found out I couldn't ride a bike, including our high school coach, Coach Meyer. Big fan of the podcast, by the way. Sent us a nice little group text, and he was like, yeah, so we're going to bring the bicycle and we're going to teach you how to ride a bike. Just won a big game, brings the bike in. So I'm riding this bike around the gym, and like, you know, I'm doing okay with it. Well, the braking part was a little tough for me to figure out. So our one of our starters on that team, that's actually Johnny Ray was his name. Actually, shout out to him, living his pro baseball career right now. But he was in the way, if you will, and I couldn't really brake, and just about trampled him over on this bicycle. He had a big mark on the back of his leg, and coach shut that down quick. We were trying to win as many games as possible. So I don't know if I've rode a bike since, but I did technically get a lesson in it at least. So that is my bike riding story.
Troy, there's no way that you rode a scooter.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
believe that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do not believe that.
You
Oh,
totally
He
went to a
did. I
skate
rode it
park?
around. I rode it around in the gym one time. He brought it to the gym, and
Oh.
Bill Cannell got mad at me. He got in trouble. Yeah.
Yes, bro. That's another good one. So me and Tanner and Johnny are at our high school, Notre Dame, shooting, and I bring
You
my
got to speed it up with this story too. Yeah, my clothes are going out of style. Let's go.
bring the razor scooter in, and Johnny decides to ride it all around the court. Well, didn't realize, I guess Johnny left a bunch of marks on it. So I get called into the office first thing on Monday, and they're livid because there's a bunch of marks on the court, and that was a mess too. Thank you for that, by the way. That's the first time Johnny's gotten me in trouble, and probably will not be the last. So
The last time I got in trouble was when I hit Macker below the belt with a pencil bag. I'll tell you what, Bill Schlegel sent,
Oh my gosh.
wrote me up at attention, sent me to the office.
There's a name, man. There's a name for you. Jeez.
all right,
What a
well,
guy.
the viewers are waiting. Now, Tanner, you might as well just go ahead and tell this swim story about Big John. I think it's time.
Oh,
I don't know
man.
the story. I've never heard this, so
It's
You've
an
never heard this?
exaggerated tale, but
No, dude.
Go
it was-
ahead.
it's
okay,
a
well, I
it's a
mean,
mythological legend
no,
or
it's a
mythical
true,
legend.
it's a true story, and it's a classic. Dude, I love telling the story. So, when I was in high school, I was dating a swimmer, and so it was like my first ever swim meet. I knew it was going to be hot out, and so I invited Big John. Need somebody to come and suffer with me through it because it was like 9,800 degrees up. It's going to be excruciating hot. So I bring Big John, and Big John shows up in his swim trunks and his shirt. And what Big John didn't know is that there was going to be no swimming involved in that day. So he shows up. He shows up and he goes, "Why did you bring any of your stuff?" And I was like, "Well, why are you dressed like that?" Like, dude, there's gonna be no swimming. So what do you mean? The dude, we're here to watch a swim meet. Like, there's no swimming. Dude, I tell you now, like, we made it maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and this poor guy, I look over and he's just sweat through his shorts, his shirt, his socks, like everything, dude. And so that poor guy, he tapped me on the shoulder. "Tanner, we really gotta go home. We gotta go home right now. I don't feel very well." Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Dude, I know this. There's no way that you drink any water that day. No water, no Gatorade, like nothing. You gotta understand, like, Big John's in peak shape now. Division I athlete. Back then, Big John was not in peak shape.
Like I said in episode 1 in my intro, I lost to childhood obesity, if anything. So I survived it, but I lost.
I just remember the look on his face. "We gotta go home right now.
It was
Go home.
awful.
I don't
So,
feel
so
good."
bad.
I have a question. How did the ex-girlfriend respond to this?
No,
You
I mean,
guys-
she wasn't happy. I mean, obviously she wasn't happy. I had to explain, like, listen, Big John was about to die. Like he was about to fall over and just die on the pavement. Like I
You're
had
saying
to
you
get
didn't
him out
use
of
it
there.
as an excuse to leave the swim meet?
Well, yeah, I did. I mean,
I
obviously we
see. He
left.
saved me that day. In reality, I really saved him, probably.
Yeah, Ted, you should be thanking Big John.
Oh man, that was a rough
Oh
day.
my gosh.
So
Yeah,
hot.
you were still young at that point, so you didn't really know that it was going to be 600 degrees and
I had fully expected swimming. I was like, yeah, we're gonna go to the pool. We're gonna go to Sheridan. I'm like, oh great,
Nope.
let's go. No, not even close.
no swimming. He even paid an entry fee. That was the best part.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Paid an entry fee
It's
to sweat through
crazy.
his shirt and
It's
nearly pass
crazy.
out.
Like we get on here. We like to talk about like things going on in the world, sports, life, pop culture, whatever. But we could honestly just get on here and there's gobs of stories, just stories about everything under the sun. Tanner can eat now, y'all. Like Tanner literally put in our group chat the other day, oh, the fact that 3 cheeseburgers at Sonic is $21 as a tragedy. Shoot, I have one
It's
cheeseburger
ridiculous.
at Sonic. I'm freaking stuffed up.
Should have seen my Taco Bell order today. Goodness.
I don't
Dropping
know.
$20 at Taco Bell.
Maybe
Easy.
because it's maybe
Why
because
didn't you get the party pack?
Huh?
Get the
I
party
like the
pack,
ex-
dude.
I like the expense. I got the new cheesy street chalupas. I got both kinds. There's 4 tacos right there. Like
And
one of
that
the
costs you
dollar
an arm and a
menu
leg.
things. I meant to
What-
get like the nacho fries box, and they just gave me nacho fries. So that was pretty devastating. But
What you guys are missing out on is In-N-Out Burger. Out here, man, that is $5 for a double. You can't get that most places. You
I've
can't.
had In-N-Out Burger before somewhere. I
Don't
just
do it.
remember.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's amazing. It's the
I'll
best.
argue like everyone gets so excited about Whataburger. I'm eating an In-N-Out burger over Whataburger any day of the week.
so you used
Okay,
to
what about
ride the
Five
Whataburger
Guys?
train, bro. Don't act like
Five
you
Guys is
remember
great, but you want to talk about? I went to
Tots.
Five Guys. I went to Five Guys like 3 days ago, and it's like $11 for a double. For a double cheeseburger with bacon on it. $11.
But it's so good. But it's good.
It is, and big shout out to them. Fries, they give you like 9 million fries.
Exactly, dude.
Elite amount of fries.
And their
No,
milkshakes are electric.
If Big John walks into a place and his bag when he walks out is covered in grease at the bottom, that's how you know it's a good meal.
Yeah, man. That's pretty much the truth.
What thought? Have y'all had Brahms before? Has anyone got a thought on Brahms?
Brahms is amazing.
I love Brahms.
Only time I ever went was when we went. I don't know where we were going, but that place was unreal.
So I'm moving. For those that don't know, I move into this small town in Texas here in another week for a coaching job, and the place I'm moving to is Borger, Texas, and they do have a Brahms there. And that Brahms, I will be there a good amount. I could eat Brahms, and you want to talk about cheap, Johnny? I can get, listen to this, a double with fries and a milkshake, $7.50.
I hope there's a Planet Fitness nearby just for your sake.
That's a goal. Yes, I'll work it out. Don't worry. I will work it off. But now, what's some other good spots y'all like? Any fast food spots growing
I mean,
up?
we got a Cane's coming to Quincy.
Right when I'm leaving, it's unbelievable.
But you want to talk about expensive, dude? It's expensive. Like,
yeah.
It is. Give me a Caniac combo, $23.
yeah, it's crazy.
You know what's growing on me is Slim Chickens.
Slim Chickens
what
is
is
really
that?
good.
Slim Chickens is
They
good.
got one in Troy, Missouri.
Yeah.
It's like a less greasy Cane's, a little more variety.
Oh, I had one in Kansas City once. Oh yeah, and dude, okay,
I'm high.
funny
on-
story about Slim's Chickens. I didn't really know like what I was doing when I ordered there, and I ended up paying like $25 for this meal, and I was like, no way, all this costs $25 because I just picked like a number, like I'll do the number 3, and it was like a family pack. I got like a huge thing of bread and like a big thing of chicken. I was like, this is a hell of a value, and so I didn't eat the whole thing, but I ate more than I'm proud of.
Any
You ever go
leftovers?
through fast food and just order, and then you're like,
Oh,
these people think I'm just a fat ass dude. That's how I felt at Taco Bell today. I ordered so much food, just ate it all myself. People are like, damn.
That's okay. You got to do that sometimes. Eat away your sorrows. Sorry about that. One of my roommates just barged in.
I earned it.
so
Yeah.
so Tanner, I'm gonna ask you something on this, okay?
Oh boy.
This is a segment idea we came up with called What Made Tanner Mad Today. So we've given Tanner a little bit of time to prepare. We need the PG version here, Stuck. The PG version.
E13.
PG-13 is fine.
You're allowed one cuss word.
What made you mad today?
Dude, what drives me crazy is when it's like, what time is it right now? 9:15, about 9:15. Like this happened about a couple weeks ago. I went to McDonald's, dude. Just need some ice cream. Wanted to shake. And I roll up and I don't know Eric. We'll say the guy's name was Eric. Eric comes on. Yeah, ice cream machine's broke. Like, listen, going up to the McDonald's drive-through, trying to order a shake or ice cream is like dating a girl 2 states away. You pray to God that it works, but you're just not sure. Like, and so, dude, like it's just infuriating because it's always like 8:30. It's always a 50-50. Like you just don't know. And like it's not broken. It's never broken. Like they just don't want to make you a milkshake.
Would you want to make yourself? I wouldn't want to make a milkshake if somebody rolled in at night.
You work there. Like it's your
They
job.
don't got to know it works though.
That's why my rule, I've honestly got to the point, if you go to a fast food restaurant after 8 p.m., I think you just have to expect to be disappointed.
You can expect
No,
speed
yeah.
at that point. I mean,
They're gonna forget the sauce, or they're gonna forget something of your order.
Or the burgers have been sitting out for 4 hours already.
Like the worst. I went through Wendy's the other night. It was like 1 a.m. and they were open, so I was able to get chicken nuggets and some fries. And they have this new strawberry pomegranate lemonade, and it is to die for. Genuinely good. I know that doesn't sound good. Unbelievable.
Wait, you said what?
Strawberry pomegranate lemonade.
I think you lost your privileges on this
I believe that was
after
strawberry pomegranate lemonade.
Dude, there's no way. Like, first off, like I think I'm gonna just create a big like juice. I'm just gonna throw a bunch of crap into a bottle and be like, just create a new drink. Like that is not a real drink, Troy. That's not a real drink.
I mean, you're eating at Wendy's. You're not even eating real food at that rate. It's all shit. Like the number one ingredient in a McDonald's cheeseburger is soybean oil. It's bad.
Delicious though.
Yeah,
Still delicious. Yes, I trust me. I know it's delicious. Look at my body.
Ain't stopping me.
I had a partnership lined up with McDonald's, but Johnny just killed that. So I guess McDonald's and Weed and Boys are not collabing like that. I guess.
I'm trying to get a T-Bell sponsorship. What do you mean? That's anytime I'm not feeling like cooking, it's past the hour of 7 p.m. I'm like Taco Bell and then like a sweet treat.
Why do you do that to yourself, dude? That's just
I build up. My stomach's built up to it. So like, unless I do like a back-to-back, like a Qdoba and then Taco Bell, and then we're
Qdoba and then Taco Bell. The Browns are winning the Super Bowl, baby. Good night.
I had Chipotle the other day and some hot wings after, and today was a rough day.
Dude.
Today was a rough day.
Time out. The thing with Mac though is like Mac can freaking like, let's just be real. The first time I met Mac, and this was in his best man speech, we're going into our freshman year of high school. We're at B-Dubs watching the World Cup, and it was the first time me and him had ever hung out. We're with people. It's like 3:00, odd time of the day. This dude orders like 20 Asian zing wings from B-Dubs and just is mauling them. They were gone. I think all I got, this was back when I was super picky. I think all I had was like some pretzels and some French fries.
Troy, you're still picky.
They had the weirdest order.
It was worse then.
Only guy I've ever met that'll order a soft pretzel at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Or a cheeseburger with no cheese, just the patty. Just the patty.
Anyway, back to the point here. Mac just ate these wings before I could even look at my plate, and he had sauce all over his face. So like for him, that's if I ate B-Dubs and Chipotle in the same day, I would be a mess. I couldn't go and do anything. But this dude probably had something heavy for lunch, goes and played soccer, is going to eat his Taco Bell, and he'll take care of his business regardless. And then
I'll have a sweet treat later too when it's about 9:30. Get some ice cream.
Sweet treat, man. Sweet treat. That's something that'll never make you angry.
The best sweet treat is when we all used to go to Annie Ann's pretzels or whatever.
Dude,
what a blast from the past, dude. Annie Ann's pretzels.
You get to go and
I was the greatest negotiator with those guys.
Negotiate for pretzels.
Negotiate.
That was the best. It'd be like a Saturday night when we were in high
Oh
school.
my gosh,
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
We're over at one of
No.
our houses, and we go to Annie Ann's right before they close, and we'd be like, "Hey, $15, give us the
He
whole."
said,
box."
no. The best I can do is 20. I said, no, buddy. I'm giving you 5 or the
Hey.
10.
All we can do is 10. You hand him a 20, say, I'll take the change.
The best, hey, the best part though was how excited our dads used to be. Our
Dude,
dad,
John
Oh,
used to get so ecstatic.
My dad is John.
John Potts, he'd go, what do you do? What do you got there, boys? Let me see what you got in the box.
It's this big old box, and then Johnny liked to throw them out the window at stop signs. That ones we didn't need.
I did that
Oh,
one. I
yeah,
did that
you
one
did that
time.
one time.
Oh man.
Oh man.
I haven't had Auntie Anne's in probably 3 years.
Dude, I don't even think you
Oh.
can do that anymore. Like, I think they stopped doing that.
No. They probably you probably could have offered them $5 and they'd say deal
I
back in the
think-
day. But
I think we were the ones that ruined it for everybody, though. 'Cause you were doing that like every other night.
Pandemic anyway.
they're just gonna throw it away.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
what I've
we-
always wanted to do ever since we started doing that at Ann's, what I've always thought is if you could go to a Dunkin' Donuts right around closing time, what do they do with those donuts? What's going on there? Can I get like a box full of donuts for?
I think
If you
they
had like a
definitely
Krispy
just put
Kreme,
them
not a
away.
Krispy Kreme.
I mean, with inflation, that box is probably like $50 now of pretzels. I mean,
Yeah.
it's an expensive box of
Andy Ann's
pretzels.
turned into a whole meal. You go get a pretzel and a drink and a dip. It's like $12, $13 at this point. They used to just be
How
like,
often are you
and
going
it's
to
been-
Annie Ann's to know this?
It's
I don't know the
right
last time I stepped foot in the Quincy Mall.
It's right by
Is
where
the Quincy Mall still going? I thought it was a surgery center.
Oh, they got the Curlins in there.
No,
Yeah,
not yet.
Mom and Grandma's Christmas gifts normally go at Curlins and Annie Ann's.
Wait. You get your mom and grandma's Christmas gifts from Annie Ann's?
No,
I mean,
from
listen, I
Curlins.
used to bring Troy with me to
Curlins
get
right by
Olivia's
it.
gifts there.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Our last topic of the day, Johnny, I thought you had something good for us.
Troy, you got somewhere to be, buddy?
No, we just can't keep the viewers here.
It's
all
okay.
Oh
we
yeah.
can-
This is a good discussion. This is a good
We
discussion.
can continue and you can hop off, Troy. It's okay. We'll take care of matters. That's when it goes from PG-13 to rated R. Explicit words come out.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna ponder on a question here between the four of us. And that question is gonna be, what is the most lethal animal you could defeat in hand-to-hand combat on the face of the earth? It has to be a real animal, something that like exists now, okay? And you have no weapon, you just have your hands.
Ooh.
So ponder, think. Troy, you got an answer yet? Anybody?
I don't want to go first.
Let's do like a safe choice and then like a risky one, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Let's
I could take like a coyote. I think I could hold my own against a coyote, a dog, whatever you want to say. If my life depended on, I could hold my own against that.
Yeah.
But like, what else? What's something bigger that you're gonna go on against? Like, I'm not.
Okay, so
Dude,
I've talked
I
about this
don't
before,
know.
and I've spent like evenings thinking about this.
Super
I've
passionate
pondered,
about this.
I've stared into the desert and thought about this, and I think if a kangaroo just hippity hopped up on over
Dude,
to
that's
me,
what I'm saying. I was
I
about
would
to say
knock
that.
that thing the
No, dude.
explicit
Have you
word
seen
out,
those
dude.
things fighting, dude?
It's a big rabbit. I
Have you
don't
seen-
care.
have
I'm
you seen
taking
that
it
video
out.
of
I'll
him
put it
punching
down.
that guy?
Go for it. I think I would be so motivated by this large bunny hopping over to me. I'm one swing in it.
So
It's
if
out.
he's
It's
back
done.
on his tail and just 2 foot you right in the chest, and you
That's
just
fine. That's
you
fine. I'll take
fly.
it like a man. I've taken a hit
Dude,
before.
You're sternum,
We'll be good.
bro. You're game over.
I'm gonna
No
say
shot.
a
I'm beating
wild-
him.
I'm gonna
I'm
say
beating
a
him.
wild hog. A wild
Oh.
hog.
Troy, you're just
No,
saying
you're
that
getting your
because you
ass beat,
claimed you
Troy.
shot one.
Wild
Yeah, you
hog.
shot one fresh out of the womb. That hardly counts.
Yeah, that
You
was
shot
not- I
one
don't
with a
believe it.
training broad gun.
Nah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna remove myself from this one because I don't want to hurt any animals.
What?
Probably couldn't anyway. We'll say a sloth just for fun.
The
Okay, that's
worst. You
bogus.
just
That's
all the
bogus.
fans just unsubscribed to our podcast because that answer.
Well, actually, this makes a lot of sense. So, a little thing about Troy here. I got back at my home in Quincy. I got 2 little dogs, Dixie and Molly, a Yorkie and a Shih Tzu. Little couch pillows, little ankle biters, and
Beating
Troy
Troy in
just
a fight.
is horrified of these dogs. He pisses down his leg every time he sees them. Terrified.
Horrified, Mike.
Can't do it.
Horrified is a stretch.
I'm putting my bank account on the dog to beat you in a fight.
I do too. I'm
What,
throwing
what
my
do you
whole
take?
bank
We got to
account.
hear what you're taking in a fight. Realistically, what are you taking?
What do y'all think I'm taking in a fight?
A squirrel if it's
A bird.
Jeffy.
I'm saying a bird.
Let's go.
Disabled bird.
A muskrat?
One wing.
Is that a thing?
I could probably outrun an elephant.
No, elephants are
Yeah,
fast.
it's a terrible answer. Those things are
Yeah.
actually fast.
Troy, I would love to see what you would do if we threw you out in the desert for like 2 days just to see what you would do.
I'd be fine.
Could you survive?
Like,
They don't have
country with
any
no
Baja
food or water
Blast
and
out
shoot
there,
you
buddy. They're lock in.
What'd you just say, John?
There's no Baja Blast in the desert.
There's no gift cards. There's no
I haven't
fast
had
food.
a Baja Blast in a while. It's at least been 6-7 months. Don't act like I'm.
No, I'm sorry. There's no blueberry pomegranate lemonade from Wendy's out there, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
You got to split open a cacti and get in there, right? I think a cacti is beating you in a fight. That thing can't move.
All right, we'll go with that for fun.
A boulder.
A boulder.
If you're trolling downhill, it's beating them.
Dude, I think I'm going with the kangaroo, dude. I'm with Johnny.
You gotta pick something. So is that your risky choice or your safe choice?
That's my safe choice, dude.
Your safe choice,
Yeah, kangaroo, dude. You just uppercut that thing, it's gone.
dude.
Yeah,
have you seen
that'll
these?
be my. Yeah, that'll be my safe choice. My
They
risky
take-
choice.
They'll lure people into water and drown them.
Ooh,
That's what they
kangaroo?
do.
Dude, if I
Yeah.
get drowned by a kangaroo, dude, like that's ridiculous.
I
Come
think
on.
you're underestimating how strong a kangaroo is.
No,
Ugh.
those things are no.
Well, yeah, let me go check out the one in my backyard real quick and see how tough it is.
They're they're a ginormous bunny, dude. Ginormous bunny with a pouch.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
You ever seen
decking
Kangaroo
that thing.
Jack? That thing
I'm
ticks me off
decking
every
that
time.
thing
feel like-
every single time.
Get in the
I
pouch,
feel-
give me a little chokehold. He's
Yeah, I'm gonna uppercut it, dude.
I feel like Big John could probably take on a good amount of things.
damn, Tanner. You should let him talk to you like that.
Yeah, that's
Said you
crazy,
couldn't take
Troy.
a kangaroo.
Troy,
Trying to think
come
of a
on,
more
man.
lethal animal. I think maybe
a snake.
Do you guys think you could hold your own against like an eagle or a hawk? I don't think so.
No, no way.
Those things
those
would
animals
mess
out
you
leverage, man. I mean,
up.
it's not a size thing at that point. They got claws, probably pick
Yeah,
me up and
okay.
fly.
John, if they
maybe
picked
like
you
a-
up, I'd be shook.
Maybe like a maybe like a small black bear. I think I, could
knew as
wrestle
soon
with
as you
it.
said
Ooh.
I
small,
could
it was
wrestle.
going in the-
I've
the
seen
bear,
a full size grizzly before. Hell no, that thing's destroying you. But a small black bear, I think we're gonna sumo a little bit, probably going down. But on my best day, fight or flight, everything on the line. Like I might get it in a chokehold for a couple seconds, maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
It's a small one though, so I think you can hold your own, dude.
Yeah, they don't
Probably
get
gonna-
that big.
They're probably gonna
We'll
think
do,
you're a
uh,
bear.
Yeah, well, yeah, maybe that'd be the goal.
The
Mm.
semi-pro Jackie Moon fighting the bear in front of everyone. That's what we'll do
Dude.
next episode.
Yep. Lock me in a cage. Lock the gate. Bring them on. Let's go.
Gosh, dude, I don't know. Like the big one, I don't know.
For the opening act, we'll get Troy versus a pug. Okay, I'm done.
Bro, the
Uh.
pug's gonna start biting your feet. I had a pug growing up, and all it did was bit my toes.
They just look like inbreds.
Troy, what's your honest
Their
answer? What's the
noses are
toughest
like-
toughest animal?
I think if you put me in a wrestling ring with a
I don't know where this is going.
with
A
deer,
what?
a deer,
A deer? If it's a buck, it's game over for you.
not a buck, like a doe. Put me against a doe.
A little
Okay.
Bambi you're taking on, that's pretty. You just lost us some subscribers there.
Yeah.
Clearly, what's the
Is it
animal?
okay if maybe
FEMA?
I just don't want to fight an animal?
I'm 1-0 against deers. They're dead. I'm undefeated against them. My
Yeah,
car.
I was gonna say, destroyed your
Hey,
car.
We might have to save that story for episode 3. That might be a good episode.
That's our
All right.
cliffhanger. If someone makes
This
it this
is
far.
this is what we're gonna end it on, right? Because you're talking about in the rink, and this just popped up on memories. When we were in Bowling Green, Missouri,
Oh, my
watching midget
gosh.
wrestling.
No, it wasn't midget. Those were like just dudes that like in
I
their
thought it was both.
no, it was like dudes in their mid-60s that just are trying
No,
to
Mac, you're forgetting the whole thing. Troy told us he's like, yeah, they got like this cool event, like it's a little wrestling, like here and there. It's not that big. It's not that big, but it's cool to watch. So I'm going in. My expectations are high, dude. Like I'm sitting here thinking it's gonna be like pro wrestlers, dude. I show up and these guys walk out. I'm like, come on. Like it looked like somebody that you can find that's working at like a McDonald's. They pulled out of the kitchen.
No.
Okay, but also Tanner, let's reel this back in. You're going, no offense to the lovely people of Bowling Green, Missouri, but like, what are you expecting in Bowling Green, Missouri?
Yeah.
You think they're rolling out the red carpet? You think Rey Mysterio's coming to Bowling Green anytime soon? Like,
I mean, listen, I thought Hulk
But
Hogan was
it
gonna
had
be there
been
for
better
sure.
in the past, but that was bad, bro. Johnny, like these dudes looked like they looked like the dudes that you see like at the local tavern at 6 o'clock on a Friday.
But the problem is all the Bowling Green faithful are sitting there. Yeah, put him in the headlock. Get
Oh,
him
they
in
loved
there.
it.
Yeah, let
They
him go.
loved it. They loved it. It was like Mr. Stretch Marks versus Mr. Obese in a match, and all these dudes are going crazy cheering on.
It's
sounds
like
like
watching-
I found my fallback career if nothing else works out.
It's like watching a parody movie, like the scary movies. You can't watch it thinking it's gonna be a great movie. You're laughing because of how bad it is. That's essentially what it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
Yeah,
watching the
yeah.
It's like watching the C team from junior high play. I mean, it's just awful, just terrible.
Well, on that note, fellas, I think we might want to put a wrap on episode 2. For tuning in to the We Them Boys podcast. We'll see you next time.
Sayonara.